Hello and welcome to week 12 of Race and Ethnicity. This week you're going to read chapter 9 and complete the inquisitive over chapter 9. Chapter 9 talks about organizational aspects related to race, such as hate groups and groups that were formed to overcome oppression, prejudice, and discrimination, such as the NAACP, and then also the role of race when it comes to political participation, labor unions, and community activities. You also have two assignments this week, one over immigration and one over microaggressions. When you go to think about immigration, recognize that a lot of prejudice and discrimination exists in society when it comes to immigration. However, if you take a clear sociological perspective of immigration, you see that regarding the economy, immigration actually improves the economy. Therefore, if you have a declining economy, immigration is a great thing. There's a lot of stereotypes about, immigrants coming over and them taking our jobs, for example. But again, those are stereotypes. Yes, immigrants will compete for lower class jobs. But however, it ends up improving the overall well-being of all Americans, for example, because it increases our gross domestic product. So when it comes to immigration, realize that a lot of these stereotypes, again, just like race and all the other stereotypes, they're not actually founded in science or statistics, okay? So the thing you're going to be studying with immigration this week is a subjective experience of being a child of immigrants. And this is a wonderful video. I hope you enjoy this and take some really rich data out of this. Again, this is them Ben talking about his subjective experiences. I hope you guys like it. So you have to just answer a couple questions, questions 1 through 4, 50 to 100 words for each one. It should total about 400 words. And then for your second assignment this week on microaggressions, again, microaggressions are these subtle racial hints and errors that you might make, for example, and people might not think about it. So there's some really good videos on this microaggressions, and I don't really want to say out loud some of the examples of microaggressions because that could totally be taken out of context. So I'm going to allow these videos to again speak for me because this one, for example, they did a survey and they said, students, can you send us stories about your microaggressions when it comes to racism? And some of the stories are incredibly shocking and they're words that I probably could never say out loud myself without looking incredibly offensive, even if I was just trying to repeat some minorities' experience of it, okay? And then this one is talking about the same thing about microaggressions and the effect of microaggressions, okay? So for this, first thing you're going to do is complete the microaggression worksheet. So you'll open this up, you have your microaggressions, and you need to draw a line from these statements to the possible interpretations. This isn't something you need to turn in, but it's just to kind of get you guys thinking about the associations between statements and possible interpretations. So you can see, again, the language you use is incredibly important, okay? And the book also talks about political correctness and how that came about, which is also in a direct response to this increasing growth of hate groups, for example. And so there's a little bit of deep stuff there too. But after you guys complete the microaggression work sheet, then you need to come down and complete these 4 questions, okay? 100 words each, so 400. So this total, you should have about 800 words for this week's assignment, probably about 2.5 pages. Really deep topics that are very rich and sad at times and dark and depressing, but also uplifting and incredible stories of overcoming discrimination and racism and prejudice and immigration and the stereotypes and stigmas that are attached to those categories, for example. So again, these are very powerful subjects. Please email with any questions and have a wonderful week.